It's time for the Pacific Classic, and it's time for my favorite bet out here on the West Coast, or over there on the West Coast. It's the $3 late pick three. The value in this wager, I think, are outstanding. And on a day like this with the big races, all stakes, I'm really excited about this wager, and I'm really excited about this Pacific Classic. Let's start with the Green Flash. It starts in race 9, the start of the $3 pick three. And there's 2 horses in here I want to use. Now, I'm going to kind of give you my A's and B's for the next 3 races. There's going to be 1 A and 1 B. I'm 2 by 2 by 2. You could play it how you want. If you want to play 2 by 2 by 2, multiply that with 3 and see what you want to do, that's fine. You can also make multiple tickets using the A's and the B's to try to hit the A run a little bit more times. We'll start with my A horse in the Green Flash, and that's Motorius. Motorius has always been one of these horses that no matter the distance, his versatility has been very impressive to me. He'll run at 6.5, he'll run at 6, he'll run at 5. And I think with his outside draw, he's going to be that type of horse that'll be finishing when a lot of the other ones could potentially be stopping. I think Motorius offers a lot of value in this wager because of the fact that you can have this $3 denomination. It makes it harder for people to spread. Sometimes when you have these singles like this, they can go a long way. The other horse that I'll use is Coppola, the 3 horse. This is a horse that it is a definite situation that he does not like soft ground. Now he's going to go out to California and get that fast ground. If you look at his last 2 starts at Indiana and in Ellis, he both kind of went, he got firm ground and kind of went back to his old form. Look at his races down in South Florida when he runs at Gulfstream. He runs extremely well. I think he could offer some value. Dale Roman ships this one out west. He'll be my B horse. So the 10 is an A and the 3 Coppola as a B. On to the big race. And wow, it is an awesome race. I'm really excited about this version of the Pacific Classic. I mean, you get 3 really good horses and a bunch of other talented ones that can pop up and bite you if you don't, if you're not lucky. The first one I'm going to talk about is Fierceness. Fierceness has run some very disappointing races throughout his career, but he's also run in some brilliant races. I actually think there's probably more brilliant than there is poor. And so something about him gives me some confidence that he's been training well. They're shipping him out west. I understand that Mike Rapoli was probably a majority of the decision, I would guess. But Todd is one of those guys that I think that Mike would trust if Todd didn't think it was a good idea. And the fact that he shows up here in 1.25 miles, he obviously loves the racetrack. One of his best races of his entire career when he was second in the Breeders' Cup Classic to Sierra Leone's setting those insane fractions is on this racetrack. I like where he's at from the inside. I think Johnny will be aggressive to send him away from there. The problem is with Fierceness is you can't turn him on and then turn him off. So it depends what happens with a horse like Nysos or some of these other horses. Do they look him in the eyes from that inside post and cause him some confusion? I wish he was drawn outside, but at least we'll get an aggressive ride from him. And if he runs the race he ran, going 1.25 miles last time he was on this racetrack, he could be tough. He's going to have to be my B horse in here. My A horse is going to have to be Journalism. I think Journalism's going to need some real pace to close into. I think that could help him quite a bit. I think Journalism's had an outstanding year, an outstanding season that I believe has set him up to run well in a race like this. The horse that's kind of left out for me is Nysos. I think Nysos is a nice horse, a good horse, but I think these other 2 are just that much better. I think if you try to use all 3 of them in this race, you're going to end up upside down from an equity standpoint. So I'll use Journalism as an A, and I'll use Fierceness as a B. And then on to the last leg. There's a couple horses I want to use. I want to use the 9 and the 11. The 11 Gold Phoenix. He's won 4 times at Del Mar. We know that he likes it here. I thought he had some excuses last time. He was coming on off of a break. He lost a little bit of ground on a day you probably didn't want to do that. And I think from this outside draw, having the best horse, I think he could be tough from out there. And then Endlessly is one that I've just always respected. I thought he ran well last time. He on a turf course that and a distance that might have been a little bit shorter than he wants. I think he'll appreciate the added 3/8 of a mile to this race. And I think he'll offer some value. I think some of these other horses are going to take some money, and a horse like Endlessly will be a little bit forgotten. So he'll be my B horse. So like I said, I'm going 2 by 2 by 2, but I've picked an A and a B in each. And if you want to try to make tickets using those, all A's with 1 B's or A's with 2 B's, I think you can kind of work your way down to try to have this thing a few more times. But I tell you what, Del Mar did an outstanding job with this race. This is the Pacific Classic for the ages. Wish you the best of luck. We'll see you next time.